Stream. Today we're going to be playing World of Final Fantasy yet again. This is part 2 to the part 2 series. Like I said before, there will be more parts, but today we're going to be working on 2. I get my channel filled up with parts, and then we will go down the line and we will try to complete every game that I ever started. That's my main goal, and I hope that you guys will join me as I go on that adventure later on in the future. But for now, today I saw how much I didn't know what I was doing, so I started doing a little exploring off stream to find out exactly what the heck I was doing. And I decided, you know what? What's the best way to stream than to just show you the sights and see exactly what mirages are missing. I came a little prepared, not that much prepared. So, therefore, I hope that in doing so, I can at least capture something. Now, I learned that you can explore and see what ones are missing. And I'm guessing the darkened ones are the ones I haven't got yet. So as you can see, I've gotten quite a bit of mirages. That's what they're called. Whew. So, it looks like I am missing an eye here. Now, the best way to go about it is to level up the eye that I just got not too long ago. But maybe, just maybe, I can capture one. And I'll be okay. Not sure. And then there's the low seas, which I think one of these may be a little more powerful than I bargained for. But let's go ahead and give it a shot. I mean, I can ramble on what I should do next. Or I can just go ahead and learn trial by error. That's always a good thing. Plus, you guys get to check out the cool sights. Oh, that's always fun. Let's see. It looks like pretty much everything I have here is what I want on my team. For now. Things may change later. I really do like my team setup. This is why I kept it. But you never know if I want to go ahead and try something later. Boom! Because I do have a fire, electric, and ice ability, plus I have a golem for strength, and every single one of these guys have an attribute that will be useful while you're traveling, but you also got to remember to have enough for everything, for any occasion depending on what stage you go to. So let's start off. Like I said before, we're going to always use Libra, which is always a good idea. I don't know if I have this guy or not, but it doesn't matter. Fire attacks. This should be easy. I can handle that, I think. Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, I think that was a little too rough for him. Yeah, maybe I should be X-nay on the actual abilities. Yeah, I am a little bit more powerful than these guys by a lot. Since I am going back, I am pretty much almost at the end of my game. I think. I'm not sure. That's a large amount. Oh, we want something small. Small damage scaled attack. Let's see if I can find it. Moderate. Small amount. Ha! Bomb pregnant. That's what I'm talking about. Let's give this a shot. See if it doesn't. He just died. He just died like a little punk.
That wasn't so bad.
I may have gotten a little too low level. I don't know. I know that there's one missing out of this list. That I do know, so maybe hopefully I can do it without killing him next time. It said small on the Hey, there's an area right here. It's all about. It's been a long time since I've been here.
Sorry, but this might not end well for you.
Let's make this quick.
Let's see what we got. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. I could have sworn I had Libra. Oh, there it is. They should both have Libra.
Take this!
Physical attacks. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. My main character's like counter ability alone enough to destroy these guys. I'm hoping that the one I'm missing isn't nearly as strong, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Predictable.
Yeah, because they're not getting much experience for this at all. So I'm guessing that they're probably not exactly up to par. But that's okay. It doesn't hurt to explore just a tad little. Oh, okay. I guess the water rose and I can't get there. That'll explain why I'm not familiar with this.
Don't let your guard down just because we're stronger.
Sorry, but this might not end well for you.
That's okay, because I think I pretty much caught most of them anyway.
All right.
But there might be a legendary that I haven't caught on to, which I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that I find a legendary one that won't die in one shot, and I can actually create a Prismtunity. Yeah, Prismtunity. Yeah. Weight 5 or greater. Water resistance 50 or greater. This should be easy. Let's do it. Nice. All right. Well, that was interesting. Oh no. If these guys were actually hard, this might be like a little irritating.
Down just because we're stronger.
All right, let's speed it up a little bit. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to hurt them. I mean, not hurt them, capture them. Blech. It is so early, and boy, is it cold today, guys. It is extremely cold. Where I'm at, it is literally 9 degrees out right now. And I don't think it's going to get much warmer than that. It is winter time, folks. Winter. Oh. It's like the first time. Every time. I mean, when I first bought World of Final Fantasy, it was right when it got released. And I got the special edition where it came with the art book. And the art book is actually the case. And I thought that was pretty neat. But I did buy it when that was being sold. I don't think that it's being sold like that anymore. Let me ride the boat! So as you can tell, I am extremely confused. It's been so long!
Do your worst.
I'm ready when you are.
Do your worst. I'm hoping it's not to the point where I can't do anything, because that would be very unfortunate. Like, But I did hear once you beat the game, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't know why I didn't beat the game. I should have, a long time ago. I'm almost to that point. I think, maybe. I don't know. There's probably a lot more to this game than I realize, and I might regret that later. Oh, they're just loving me right now. I think it's because I have Lear on. So they're gonna want to fight me.
Well, that ought to do it.
Victory!
As long as I take care of business, I should be okay. And I did that mostly because you really want to grind a little bit before fighting certain monsters. Oh, I also learned how to do this. Yeah, you can switch back and forth between them, which actually might not be too bad at this point. Let's do this. Like, these guys are actually the precursors. Funny enough. These guys are precursors. Like, the prerequisites, the ones that I'm using. I have the prerequisites for Ifrit, Shiva, and what's Rama? If you guys know what those are, like the 3 elemental summons that you're generally acquainted with throughout all the Final Fantasy series.
I'm ready when you are.
Oh,
Generally.
geez, piece of cake.
Not necessarily. I think Rama may have missed out on a few of them. Maybe 1 or 2. Either that or I'm just, you know, blind and not paying attention. But I do know that Ifrit is pretty much in every single one. Every Final Fantasy I've ever played, Ifrit's been in it. And so is Shiva. Those 2 and almost everything. Rama, pretty much almost everything. There's certain few summons that they don't show up till way later. Hey now. I don't think you want to fight me because I'm angry. Take care of these guys real quick.
Predictable.
Heck, I figured I might as well just be big since you see me fighting my smallest. I still haven't figured out to mount yet. I think I'm not using the right hand. There's two claws that I have that I ride on, and one of them actually allows me to mount them and travel the map with them. Alright. There shouldn't be really anything in here. I don't think. I could be wrong.
Worst.
Maybe these guys are a little stronger? Maybe. I doubt it. See, I knew that was gonna happen. He has a habit of doing that. Alright. Let's see if you will die from one touch of this bomb fragment that does small damage. Yep. Still weak. Pathetic.
Oh, great!
I'd have better chance to just bring one of my lower level characters and attack you with it. But unfortunately I can't switch out Rain or Lon in any way, shape, or form. So I just have to do I have noticed one thing though. How silly they look on top of my head.
Yeah.
Like I literally have a baby behemoth on my head. That's too funny. Wait, never mind. He's not a baby behemoth. There is a baby behemoth. There's a smaller version of that behemoth. I know, because I have them. Okay. Let's see where this takes me. Nice. Hey. I think I had to do something with those bells when I first started playing this stage. I don't know, guys. It's looking like a lost cause here. These guys are kind of weak and pathetic. How dare you slow me down?
You did it!
Good job.
You know what this game kind of reminds me of? Kingdom Hearts. That's like the style that I'm looking at right now. It kind of reminds me of it. Now, the only difference is that the main character in this, his feet aren't nearly as big. I know, that's messed up to say, but it's true. Woo! Alright. And then... Hey, that's a big ship. I wonder if there's anything in here. Ah, don't attack me! I was in the middle of a conversation. Woo! At least I found an item. Not sure if it's a decent one. I think it just gives me water attack.
That was a good fight.
Oh yeah.
But hey, whatever. Some of these stages, these dungeons, are surprisingly long for the amount that they put you through. Okay. Oh look, there's a Moogle pirate. Oh. Alright. You know what? I'll take it.
Not done yet.
See, I don't have a Koopa Rune prism. Well, that's unfortunate. Sorry, guys. I want to have you. I do. But I don't have a prism for you. I mean, you guys messed up just by making me mad. Look how mad she is. She's red. Brimming with anger. She wants to eat your face.
All right.
Good job.
Maybe they'll drop it? If I'm lucky. No. Well, that's a shame. Oh well. I'm sure they'll respawn later. Now, how to obtain the prisms, I think they're just random. I don't think you actually get them doing anything specifically special, per se. Hey now. I don't very much appreciate the random gestures of death. How dare they? You see how booed they are? Acting like I'm sitting
That
here
wasn't so bad.
trying to just bait them into attacking me. Well, I sort of am. But it seems to me that I made an technological error in believing that I can catch anything right now at this moment. That's not a bad thing, though. You guys get to see the sights. And I get to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Because I certainly don't know. I have no clue what the heck I'm doing. Oh. Maybe this is what I'm missing. Hey now. Here I am attacking blindly, and I did not see what kind of monster you are.
This is it!
Do I not have a dual lizard prism? Do I even have a dual lizard? I might just have to settle with just accepting my loss.
Oh, wait!
That's okay. There's one way to figure it out. There is one way to figure out if I have any of these guys. I could look at my list. Ah, I do have a dual lizard. So that's probably why I can't get another one. I got some Cactuar, Cactroll. I even got a Mimic chest. That's pretty cool. I got Werebat. I got 2 of them? Why the heck do I have 2 of them? I got a Bombino. Now, a lot of these ones that I haven't captured, it's probably because I just need to level them in order to have them. And that's something I haven't really got into 100%. I can release some of these. See,
I'm ready when you are. Huh?
Did it!
Good job.
now if I had like some sort of Pokemon guidebook, I mean Mirage guidebook. Did I say Pokemon? If only I had an escape rope. Things would be so much easier. Alright, and there seems to be no exit in sight. But I do see an icon that seems a little interesting. I'm interested to seeing what it's about. Ah! Explore! I wish there was like some way to tell if I have them or not. Aside from looking at the dungeon map.
Alright!
Oh, yeah!
Somebody leveled up after all those little small skirmishes. Sweet. Sweet deal. Oh, there is. Well, no, it's just the world map. Where am I right now? I think I'm in the low seas or the surrounding docks. Okay, see, I'm in the surrounding docks, and the only one I don't have... Oh, I do have a Koopa Rakino. That's pretty cool. The only one I have is that big eyeball. But then I didn't go... I thought I went to the low seas. I think I might have just flipped up a little bit. That's okay, because I see this one icon that might be interesting to explore, so I'm not going to give up quite yet. Kabooey! Activate. Oh. What do I have that? Oh, my eyeball flies me. Oh, sweet deal. Aw. Doesn't look like anything's really different right now. No. Why would they do that? You could just leave me in peace, but no. You guys just want to get knocked out?
Well, that ought to do it.
Exploration! I might have explored everything there is to explore about this place, and I didn't realize it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Fun, fun. Yeah, I think I probably explored everything. No! I hate to do this to you, but if you guys give me like a random prism case, I'm not going to complain about it.
No trouble at all.
I wonder if
Good
they
job.
can drop it. I'm not sure. How did I get a prism case in the first place? Do I get it when I first get introduced to a monster? The questions. They're just on my mind. I guess I'll just have to walk back with my head held in shame. Or I haven't done anything constructive at all. Except show you guys one of the few stages, well, many stages, few.
Ladies
but
and dummies.
That ought to do it.
Can you imagine flipping with a big old head like that? That would probably make me sick a little bit. Hey now. I remember this part. Oh. It's just a treasure chest that I already gotten. I have to say that this game is very pretty. I think its lack of selling point is probably with how simplified it is. When people look at games nowadays, they want it to be overly complicated. They want a lot more to it.
Sorry.
And I don't think I think the difficulty in this game can be a little bit daunting for newer players. So it's like,
No trouble
I don't
at
know.
all.
Predictable.
It's a selling point between the people who really do enjoy the Final Fantasy series are probably a lot older now. And if this game is to introduce somebody to Final Fantasy, like a younger audience, it would be very difficult for them to play this stage or this game. And I'm not to say that kids are dumb, because kids are getting smarter every year. They're just evolving. It's kind of creepy a little bit, just a little. But the kids are evolving, you know, and so it's not like they're not going to be smart enough to do it. But
Oh, please. Piece of
there's a
Don't
lot
let
of
your guard
kids
down
who
just 'cause we're stronger.
get a little lazy about it. Not to mention, like, big thing about gaming nowadays for younger adults, they just jump onto, you know, the bandwagon
Victory!
on online gameplay with other people. So single player games are actually dying out for the younger generation. They prefer to play with others, and that's what I've noticed. And I'm not speaking for every kid, I'm just speaking in general. That's what's going on. It's just a new trend going on now with kids where they prefer to play with friends. That's not a bad thing though. But they end up playing something a little more for, I guess you could say, a little more action that they can control. So classic RPG style is, you know, kind of out. I think some of them enjoy them, I'm sure.
Good
But
job.
I grew up in a genre where there wasn't really much of action gaming. The most I got was from Phantasy Star Online when I was younger. That was action RPG gaming at the time. And if you ever played that, you can honestly understand why I say you were limited. There wasn't really much going on with that. The controls were clunky. Everything was what's the word for it?
No kid gloves for you.
This won't take long.
It was less intuitive and less interactive than it is now. Your gameplay is a lot smoother. I mean, I saw the evolution on from the PSP Monster Hunter and the PS2 Monster Hunter to the Monster Hunter today on PS4. I mean, if you played Monster Hunter World, you'll see the huge difference. Heck, there's a difference between Monster Hunter 3 for the Wii to the Monster Hunter World. There's huge. I mean, we've gone leaps and bounds as far as how gaming is. It's been reimagined and reconstructed, and it's smoother and there's more control to it. And it doesn't seem like it's clunky anymore, unless you play like old retro games, which is also not bad. Don't discourage that at all. But selling this to the younger audience might be a little difficult, and I could see where the older audience would be kind of bored with it in a way.
Well, that ought to do it.
Predictable.
It's very PG. I could say the language is PG, the action is PG. There's really nothing here, and I would even honestly go as far as saying that it's not even that. It's further. It's really safe for any adult, for any age. It's safe for anybody, and that's what really turns it off to a lot of people, because people look for something more, you know, gory or violent, and you're not going to get that out of this game. I say if you were like a what's a good way? I say if you were extremely religious and you found that violence was kind of off-putting, but you still wanted to have a little bit of fun, this might be it. But hey, I'm sure you guys remember like the whole thing about Pokemon and how horrible it was. Let me go ahead and progress to the story, since I decided to botch that whole exploration. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying, like, I can't believe how people took Pokemon, and it was a good old wholesome game too. It was nothing. It was just, you know, reading and catching and fighting Pokemon, and people went nuts over that. So I mean, if you're one of those people, maybe not. Or if your parents are one of those people, maybe not. There's a lot of reasoning. But either way you look at it, it is a wholesome game, and it is good for the family. If you know you have younger children and you want to play a game and you don't want to play something horrible in front of your kids, it's perfect. It's cutesy. It has little adult jokes here and there that will go over the kid's head. But overall, there's nothing bad about it.
Everyone's back to normal now.
Another day has been the same.
And they may enjoy it too.
Welcome to Tom Town. We've got books and, well, that's about it, but I hope you enjoy it here.
The Key of Tides. Will Rain and the Ron succeed in their noble adventure? Stay tuned.
Oh god.
Mama, hey, who gave you permission to cut to a commercial break? Put us back on the air.
And now, Back to the adventures of Lon and Rain and Tama and a bunch of mirages and Lon.
Oh, whatever. So, what are we doing? Anybody? Should we go pay one last visit to Celeste and Sid before we head out?
That sounds about right. Wherever they are.
Oh, so you made it through unscathed? Not long after all the trouble started going down, this person with a ghastly pale face attacked me.
Oh
I thought I
my.
was a total goner. But then this total dreamboat with this huge sword came along and rescued me. I wish I could thank him somehow, but I have no idea where he went afterwards.
She's probably talking about Cloud. Now this is what I was talking about a while back. I deleted the stream, but there's some RPGs that don't allow talking. They just skip the dialogue and go straight to like straight text instead of dialogue talking while you're talking to NPCs.
Mirage, and apparently turned into a vampire. Of course, I can't remember any of it. But it is really scary to think I might have stayed that way forever.
Like, even if the voice acting is kind of I still like that. I do. I mean, I don't mind having my own imagination, but when it comes to streaming, that's perfect. Because then we can all listen to it. Instead of me having to read it out with my awful voice. Maybe I'm just lazy. That's not hard to imagine. At all.
Keys, you say? A temple in the deep? Well, I believe I've heard of such a temple in the Besaid region, directly above us.
Not Besaid.
So, about this Besaid place. It sounds like it's the continent that's directly above us.
I believe Besaid is Titus's world.
Be whatever it's called, here we come.
No jokes about BO this time? Oh, good.
Say goodbye to
The
Celeste.
town seems to be back on its feet. Still, how can they care so little? Do they not mind their home in chains?
Yeah, I guess they just don't care unless it's actively hurting them, huh?
It's worse.
I'm trying to remember
Some
what
of
those,
the poor fools are
those
even thankful
dolls
for it.
are.
They think it's Bahamut that will keep them
Pop
safe from
figures.
vampires.
That's what they look like. Pop figures.
Maybe some people just think life under Federation rule is easier.
Maybe this is the world of Final
Is it
Fantasy trying to sell
truly
pop
easier?
figures.
When Bahamut takes control, they promise. But that's not true at all.
What does that mean?
The whole catch about joining the Federation is that you're asked to become an architect. Someone willing to build a better tomorrow.
Okay, but how do they convince people?
Well,
mind
part
control.
of the appeal is that it gives you something to be proud about, but that's far from the only incentive. You see, once you're an architect, you get to live in a cathedral and perform your duties amidst the utmost luxury. You're kept far away from war and strife, never wanting for food, and free to live out the rest of your days in leisure.
Oh, dude! No wonder so many people are lining up for the job.
Sign me up for the pampered and well-fed crew. Yeah, but don't you think it sounds a little too good to be true?
Exactly. Any sane person can see it.
Yeah. No one should fall for that stuff, right?
I can't imagine what goes through their heads.
But if you voice your suspicions or reject their luxury, the Federation pushes you right to the bottom. You become dead to the world.
Yes, we've seen them. People like that.
So no one wants to dig deeper or think harder about it. They nod their heads, oblivious to what it means. Better to take the less complicated path than justify it by only hearing the things you want to hear.
Sounds like
It's
the world we live
truly
in now.
maddening when you consider it. The consequences are right there, but they refuse to look.
Unfortunately, Celeste, there's a lot of people out there who don't know how to think things through. It really is so sad.
How very true. But hey, once you've made up your mind about stuff, it's not an easy thing to back down. Folks would say, you know, oh yeah, they'd say you lack conviction.
Well,
Conviction.
that does sound like a soul-crushing dilemma. I wouldn't the one to give I've heard some dumb things, but rate it on a scale of dumb to 10, that right there was the dumb Evan. Oh, and I think the phrase he was looking for, it's lacking conviction.
Oh, I knew that.
Oh, me too.
Then why did you say it?
You are a funny bunch.
Hey, there's only one weirdo around, and that's this guy.
Huh? But she said funny. And I am not weird.
Oh, you are both weird.
What?
Dude.
Uh-huh.
Yay! I'm the only one who's not the weird.
Oh, sorry. You're included.
What?
Yep, they're all weird. See how cute it is? I really do enjoy the cuteness of this game.
What's the password? That's right. How did you know that? Well, don't tell anyone else. Here, I'll give you this if you keep it under your hat.
I already knew about the Wild Rose. Actually, fun hint, Dissidia, Final Fantasy Dissidia, gave you a lot of trivia when you play the PS Vita version, PSP version of it. Vita. Well, you can get it on the Vita.
Ever heard? Scary stuff, right?
But I found that the really good part about that that game was not only the gameplay was amazing. I loved it. It was great. I think the Dissidia now, I own it, and I'll show you later on what I disliked about it. But it gave you the adventure feel, and I think that's what the Dissidia now is kind of lacking. There's good action. I'll give them that, but I really did enjoy the adventure part and leveling up. I liked how they did that in the Dissidia for the PSP. But they had these trivia questions that you had to answer, which I thought was pretty neat.
This is just terrible. What am I gonna do?
And I learned a lot about all the Final Fantasy stuff. Even though I played through almost every single one, I think the only one I have not played through completely is 3. But I have played through at least like 3/4 of the way through. So I do have...
Wonderful. Okay, the 2 spell stones I'm looking for are a wind spell stone and an earth spell stone. Thank you so much for doing this. The 2 spell stones I need.
Yeah. I'll find them. But anyways, I did play through a lot of it, so it's not like I was missing out anything by any means.
Hey, see, is there any chance you
But
can take care of them?
it was good to
before we set their
recap,
sights on our
and there was
tower?
little fun facts that, like, if you didn't really, if you haven't played in a long time, or you're just not up to par with your trivia, what it'll do is every day that you play the game, there's a Moogle that actually gives you mail, and they ask you trivia, and if you get it right, you get it right, but if you get it wrong, they'll tell you the actual answer.
Chapter 18.
So you actually
The Fell
learn a little
Spell
bit
and the Quacho
as you
Queen.
play about all the Final Fantasy series from 1 all the way up till 13. And that's the second version of Final Fantasy Dissidia, because there's another one previous to that only went up to, I believe, it only went up to 12. Then they added 13. And then we know that 14, I actually did play 14 for a little while. It was a lot better than 11, but it's just the paying the subscription thing kind of got me. And then on top of that, there was a lot to do. It was almost overwhelming on the crazy amount of things that you can do in that game. It was actually a little nauseating in a way.
This won't take long.
No kid gloves for you.
What? What? There's a white werebat? I actually want to see what that's about.
Not done yet.
That might be like the Knack, where there's a white version and a white vampire version. But anyways, as I was saying before, There was a lot of trivia that you could learn through playing it, and it was just great. I did enjoy it a lot. I do suggest that if you carry the PSP, you look for a copy. But if not, the Vita actually has a downloadable one that I've gotten for both me and my girlfriend, and we both enjoy it very much. So always keep that in mind. Anyways, this is the end of my stream. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for watching me play. We didn't get a lot done. I played a little bit through the story, but that's all good. You know, there will always be more parts later. I hope that you'll be willing to watch them later on a later date. I'm going to end this stream right here. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to ring that bell. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to check out my Twitter page, EscalanteX. Do not, and you'll get updates later on about which videos that I released for that day. Twitch, I've streamed there almost every day, so check out my Twitch at EscalanteX as well. And you know, hey, if you guys have anything to say, don't forget to let me know on the comments below, because I would love to, you know, hear what you guys want to see. So this is Escalante signing out. Thanks for watching. Bye.